So, what's really in a variable name? You might think it's just a label, but it is so much more than that. It's your roadmap, your first line of communication to anyone reading your code, and yeah, that includes your future self who's forgotten what you were thinking. I absolutely love thinking about variables this way, as the fundamental building blocks of your program. They're like little containers or boxes that you use to store all the information your code is going to work with. You know, numbers, bits of text, you name it.
Okay, so if variables are building blocks, then first things first, we need to put on our safety specs. These are the unbreakable naming rules. And I mean unbreakable. These aren't suggestions. They're the hard and fast syntax that Python needs you to follow, otherwise it just won't run.
Let's break these down real quick. First, your variable name has to start with a letter or an underscore, never ever a number. Why? Well, Python would get confused and think you're typing a value instead of a name. Next, you can only use letters, numbers, and underscores. No hyphens, no spaces, no special characters. A really big one to remember is that Python is case sensitive, so a variable named age with a lowercase a is completely different from age in all caps. And finally, you can't use a name that's already a special keyword in Python. Words like if, for, or print are already taken. So, let's see this in action. It makes it super clear. Everything on the left, totally fine. But look at the right side. myvar is illegal because of that hyphen. Python might think you're trying to do subtraction. To_myvar is a no-go because it starts with a number. And myvar, that space is going to throw an error every single time. Get these wrong and your code stops dead.
Okay, so once you get past the stuff that will literally break your code, we get to the next level, making your variable names readable. This is especially important when a name is made up of multiple words. Here, we're moving from strict rules into the art of good style.
Now, to handle those longer names, developers have come up with a few common conventions. You've got Camel Case, where the first letter of each new word is capitalized, and Pascal Case, where every word is capitalized. You'll see those around. But here's the deal. For Python variables, Snake Case is king. It's all lowercase, with words separated by underscores. It's just easier to read, and it's the standard Pythonic way to do things. All right, so we've properly labeled our containers. Now let's talk about some pro tips for putting things inside them. Python has some really slick shortcuts for assigning values that can make your code way more compact and efficient.
This is one of those Python tricks that you are absolutely gonna love. Instead of writing 3 separate lines to assign values to X, Y, and Z, you can do it all in one go. Python is smart enough to match them up in order. Orange goes to X, banana to Y, and cherry to Z. Super clean, right?
And what if you want a bunch of variables to start off with the exact same value? Well, Python's got you covered there too. With a single line like this, you can set X, Y, star, and Z all to the value orange. This is incredibly useful when you're initializing, say, a bunch of counters to 0. Now, for our final technique, we're going to look at something that feels a little like magic when you first see it. It's a concept called unpacking, and it is such a clever and powerful way to work with groups of data, like lists.
So what the heck is unpacking? Well, the name is actually perfect. Imagine you have a collection, like a list of fruits in a box. Unpacking is the process of taking all those items out of the box and assigning each one to its very own variable, all in one smooth move. And here's how it works. It's actually really simple. First, you create your collection. In this case, a list called fruits. Then, for step 2, and this is the cool part, you just assign that one fruits list to 3 separate variables. Python automatically unpacks the list for you, giving apple to X, banana to Y, and cherry to Z. It is such a clean way to pull data out of a collection.
So really, it all comes back to this one idea. Whether we're talking about following the strict rules, choosing a readable style, or using these slick assignment tricks, the goal is always the same. If you can master the name, you'll master the variable, and that is the key to everything else you'll do in your code.
So, I'll leave you with a little challenge. Let's put this into practice. Using Snake Case, that Python-friendly style, how would you name a variable meant to hold the average user age on a social media platform? Go on, think about it. Getting that name right, making it perfectly clear and readable, that's where great code truly begins.